Hello, everybody, and welcome to League Lands. My name is Hectic Fred. There's Flaxy.
Hello.
There's Joe.
Sure.
Sui's on fucking holidays again.
Still in
Channeling
Bali.
his inner Chappelle Corby on his honeymoon, chilling, relaxing, vibing. He's enjoying that. He's living life. And us, we're here in regularness of life, in the trenches, fighting hard. All right, and we got a bunch of news when we walked into the studio. We have been here. I've been here since 7 and we're recording at 9:17, brother, because there's just too much shit to happen, mate. And the news just kept dropping, mate. We get a news about Des getting sacked. I don't understand that. Josh Hannay coming in. I think they want to go young with the coach, but I think it starts with the top with the Titans. And then nobody cares about that now because then news came out about Penrith dropping players. All right. And listen, we've heard varying numbers, and apparently this is going to be a pretty big one. And then, of course, then nobody gives a fuck. And then the NRL was investigating them for bookie-related shit with dropping the players before team news come out. And then nobody cares about that because then the cheese can has opened.
Cheese.
And it stinks like mouldy cheese, brother. And this guy has got done. And I don't know if he's snitching. I don't know what he's doing, but we have to start with that right away. The cheese, all right, has been done for supplying drugs to Roosters players.
While he was at the Roosters still.
While he was at the Roosters this season, and there were 7 players, and it's all starting to come out now because we know he was on a golf trip, and we know the exact players that were on that golf trip because there was a vlog from Chad Townsend of the golf trip.
And not only that, a video from Victor Radley.
Yeah, and a video from Victor Radley pretty much like fussing up exactly who's on this trip. Now, we don't know who actually got supplied drugs, etc. But it's crazy because this never really happens when players are at the Roosters.
In the Bondi Walls.
The last time this happened was the Sean Kenny Dow situation, and even that reeked a little bit. But we always seem to, there seems to be a pattern where the players at a team, and players at the Roosters, then they leave, and then the dirty laundry gets aired. But this time it will actually backfire.
This time it'll backfire.
On the Roosters, bro.
All I'm saying is, guys, if anything happens to Hectic Fred, he's healthy. He's not mentally unstable. If he goes missing and Nick Politis leaves a brown paper bag in the office on Monday morning, keep an eye out for Fred.
Hey, mate, listen, mate. If I eat a poisoned potato, I don't eat potatoes. So that should tell you something. I would never commit suicide, and I would never want to do that. All right.
So for people that aren't aware, Fred posted a meme, and it's a funny meme.
I will go, mate. The Roosters, I want them outed. I've had conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory about them for years, and I just want. I've been waiting for this because too many times I hear stories coming out of Roosters, but the media never touches them. All of a sudden, the media don't love a good story and don't love good goss. Now they can't help it because it's a police investigation.
All I'm saying is, if this happened, and the player was in a blue and white jersey, it would literally, you would never hear the end of it.
Yeah, they'd be like, cause you'd be hearing that Brendan Smith is now, Lebanese and everything like that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it seems like the Roosters got the cheese touch.
Yeah.
And now it's smelling like mouldy cheese.
Yeah, they tried to get rid of him, and it's just funny that their direct rivals ended up with it, and they seem to not get in the way of him leaving. It just seems like they knew something. I'm watching.
I know something. I just can't.
I'm like Dokes, man. Mate, Nick Politis, man, he moves like a little lizard on ice, man, like Dokes said about Dexter. And I'm just real sus on them. And this is going to have massive ramifications on the Roosters season, knowing that 7 players were on this golf trip and could have been acting up to no good. And
obviously, we won't name the players on this trip. But if you do want to find out who, look for Chad Townsend's
just
vlogs.
watch a vlog on YouTube.
Watch the clips, like it's public knowledge now
public knowledge
because everybody's figured it out.
Because in all the reports, it was apparently on a golf trip on June 7th. Apparently,
thank you, Michael.
Because they know the date, the time, the location, who was there. Because it's all gonna,
it's
all gonna come out,
and
mate.
especially by the time this podcast comes out, I'm sure
there'll be about 50 more scandals coming out that way.
And there are certain players that I think, if they do leave, the same thing's going to happen. The story's going to all of a sudden drop when they leave. I'm not going to say who, but I just hear a lot of stories come out of that team, and the media never picks up on it, never reports on it. But any other team, brother, the slightest sniff of anything, they're on it. Like
you-
fucking
it's
a
just
pack of
interesting.
wild dogs.
Do you want me to bring something up? Dave Fafita. Why do you reckon he didn't sign there now?
No, that was a Nick Politis thing because I remember reading about it. What happened was he signed the contract. Fafita was showing hesitation, so Nick Politis said, "You know what? Nah, end the deal now."
He did a Raylene Castle.
Exactly. He backflipped immediately. So it was Politis that did it. Apparently, he got up at like 5 a.m. and like called like some like mafia don boss and was like, "Don't cancel the deal."
He called Chris Hassine. Called Chris Hassine, mate. I reckon he's in the mafia, bro. Like, that's another conspiracy theory I have, that he's in the mafia.
And that board is when he draws the point is actually his targets.
Yeah.
Kick the ball
It's the Death Note list.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I'm saying, man. I just think Chris Hassine's part of the mafia. You can call me crazy all you want, mate. I've got all the evidence that I need that he's in the mafia, man. They say he's in waste management. That's all you need. Someone says that, mate.
That's all you need to know.
Dun, 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 dun. But boys, the cheese. Now,
What a
is his
crazy-
career over, boys? Like, if he does get proven guilty,
I don't
is
think he
cooked?
play. I don't think he should play another game of NRL again.
But unfortunately, as much as this sucks, it just occurred to me now. Even if all this shit happens, who's to say his career's over? Look what happened with Ezra Mam. This guy literally nearly was under the influence of alcohol, a cocktail of drugs, and nearly killed a mother and child. And he's now playing NRL.
Yeah.
What's worse?
But that's a second chance. This is now his third chance if he plays again. He got done doing drugs on on video, all right, and then got a second chance, and now, then there was a bunch of stories when he was at the Roosters that were speculation. Nothing was ever official, and then now he's been officially questioned by police and now getting charged. Which means they have some have some grounds when it's coming off of text messages. So I think his NRL career is probably donezo.
And what's a little sad is
Which is sad, man.
That's sad.
The thing is, Brandon Smith, for pretty much his whole career, has always had something go wrong in his career. In all the 3 clubs he's been at. At Melbourne, he had the whole Dally M scandal with a lot of the players, that was obviously a huge thing. And then with the Roosters, the biggest story he had with the Roosters was when he didn't show up for his mid-year meeting. He didn't show up to that, and that caused a few headlines. And now at Souths, he's been there for only, a couple of months now. And immediately, it was being questioned by police when they were up in Queensland for some reason, because it's obviously up to something. And now, out of the blue, he's dropping names. They've gone through his phone. They're finding other things. Like, it's just...
Mate's going to go into protective custody.
The whole...
He's going to be in witness protection.
Witness protection.
His name's going to be...
Henry Hill.
Henry Hill was the name before he went away.
That's what I mean.
His name's going to be Michael Scott, mate.
Michael Scott.
He'll be living in some suburban...
He'll be living in Western Australia.
Homer Thompson.
He'll be living in Western Australia.
Yeah.
And he'll be working with the Perth
He'll
Bears.
go to New Zealand, mate. Just in the sticks. Michael Thompson. Homer Thompson.
Who knows? But it's just... This whole story is... Again, there's a reason
Brandon Swiss.
Swiss.
Brandon Swiss, mate.
It's been, again, like a 2-hour debrief going to this entire drama because this is a huge
A lot to
story.
unpack, bro.
Unpacking in terms of him going to all this and then the name being dropped of all the players.
Because this isn't just ramifications on him. This is major ramifications to unpack a lot of stuff within the Roosters.
And the most important thing is
At the worst time of the year, they're fighting for that final spot.
Yeah.
And now this is going to be playing on their head because
time to get distracted. This is not the time to get
Especially
distracted.
they're about to go to versus Melbourne without Sam Walker, potentially Daniel Tupou of concussion symptoms.
and we had a coke situation last year at this time as well with Josh Adokar,
And look what
right?
it did to us.
And it derails you a little bit, man. We would have won that game with Adokar.
I agree, we would have.
And this whole situation not occurring, but yet we got caught in the crossfire, right? So, I honestly really don't. I hope it's not true because I don't want to see someone have to go through this shit. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was true because of his history.
That's the worst part. This is not his first time. This is
This isn't an out of character thing.
No, this is unfortunately of any player in the NRL that had this sort of scandal. One of my first guesses would have been him. Unfortunately, he's always seemed to be involved in some sort of issue, and it's sad because he's such a skilled, he's a very skillful player. He's obviously got football skill.
He's so good.
But it's just like the fame and just, I don't know, maybe it's the people around him, or I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's just a personality thing, but he just always seems to be involved in these sort of issues, and it's sad. Deep down, I really thought going to South would be a good change for him. I hoped, at least, just get away from, because for some reason, there always seems to be some shit going on in Bondi. And those, even though it never gets out in the media, in the Bondi War, there's always something that is very good at keeping it in Bondi. But I thought it's a fresh change away from that place. And unfortunately, it's now come back to haunt him, and it's now, he's probably not doing it to try and cover his ass.
Yep. Like, look, there was a lot of scenarios where there was just dodgy stuff. And look, mate, the Sean Kenny Dow situation, like, they were trying to get rid of his contract for a while, and they just all of a sudden get to pin him on this. Then there was, like, the whole Blake Ferguson situation from the same guy that was dealing drugs. You know, like, it's mental, right? And then you have Dylan Napa, as soon as he signs with the Dogs, sex tape scandal. Fucking
What?
Then there's the whole, you know, the stuff about Brandon Smith when he was at the Roosters Inc. Like, all the rumors that came out of that doesn't come out. Then you have the whole Terrell May situation. Nobody knows anything. All of a sudden, information never comes out. It's all speculation as to why he even left. Then, like, there were multiple other players. You know what I mean. That. Like, you just don't know what happened to him.
And
it's not clear. It's never clear. But every other team, it's clear cut. As soon as they get a whiff, there's stuff in the media. Everybody finds out, but they just never seem to find out. And even if some people do know, the media never drops the story. Why? It's always about the Roosters. That's why I made the meme.
It's always the tricolours.
There's always something, mate, with these guys.
And my whole
always something with this club. That I just hear a million stories coming out and a million rumors coming out, but none of them ever materialize into a fucking story. And this is the first time since Sean Kenny Dow, because they caught the guy on camera, but, like, this is the first time since Sean Kenny Dow, there have been many, many situations in between that it's finally becoming a media story, because you just never ever hear it.
And my whole
That's
thing
why I'm
is-
sus.
yeah,
That's why I made the meme, mate.
My whole thing is, like, surely the players would be smarter too. Like, surely you're an NRL player. Like, let's just say me and you made it, or like we made it to the NRL. Surely you would be smarter to not do this, or to at least cover your tracks somewhat better.
But even then, they shouldn't even look. Maybe,
Like, they should never do it to begin
Maybe-
with. But if you're gonna do it,
maybe it's come from me in some morally high place or something. But I just don't think they should have been put in this position to even have this sort of outcome. They shouldn't have even participated in these sort of activities, even get involved. Why do you think? Look, there's some of the players that aren't talked about much in media. They stay away from this sort of stuff. They're actually the opposite. They go to church every Sunday. They keep to themselves. They're fairly quiet. Why? Because they got their head screwed and they're trying to traject themselves in their life, not do this sort of crap that could, you know, send them
trust me.
backwards.
You even look at us, right? Like, we're trying to make it in this world, right? And you just got to steer clear of the bad path, and you got to stay on the good path, man. And a lot of people, the good path's all different. My one was, I try to live life the way God intended me to. I don't fuck around. I don't do things that I shouldn't do. I just try to stay on the path and be a genuine good person. And I feel like in the long run, that always works out. A lot of people, as soon as they get cashed up, end up on the wrong path and end up sort of falling apart because of it, man. And that's why I feel like you look at certain teams and they only have certain characters, and they don't risk taking in characters that probably might not fit in the culture or might not fit the type of player that they want. You see Melbourne never really signed these duds, and if they do, like, even though Brandon Smith came from there, as soon as this Coke situation came up,
He was gone.
He was gone. I know Munster was involved too, but, like,
He's the exception, not the standard.
he's like the exception of the rule, and it's Munster. Like, he's more than made up for it, right? But you could tell they just want a hard-working player that treats rugby league seriously, and if they treat it seriously, they're less inclined to just go off on the wrong path because it will impact their play, in my opinion, right? and the Dogs do it a ton.
I was gonna
so
say
many
that.
about so. I didn't want to use us as the main example,
Well,
but if you look
me
at
as
us,
a biased Dogs fan,
come
I
on,
will.
man. We have so many guys. They go to church together. Come on, man.
Like,
we're going Bronson Sherry's Maltese blokes going to St. Charbels with Bailey Hayward and Jacob Carraz. And I'm like, dude, like this is the culture you want, because they, number one, set good examples. Number two, if they follow a religious code, they're way less likely to end up on the bad path, right? And they stay true to what their duty is as religious men. In this case, a lot of the Dogs players are Catholic, like myself. The objective is to live life in accordance to the Bible, which is all good stuff. And they're good values. And that doesn't just transcend to you as a person, but you in your career, and in this case, in football, makes a massive difference, because their head's always screwed on. They take life seriously. They take their image seriously. The way they act, the way they are as people on the field, off the field, makes a massive difference. And it's sad to see yet another case of a player going down the wrong path and it screwing up their career.
Yeah, well, I'll as a Dogs fan, I'll also echo that point. I've been loving this year, but mainly this year, how we've involved Christ more in the playing group and the culture. And after every game, all the players they get in a prayer circle, and even all the Catholics from other clubs would join them. Like even on Friday's game, some of the Melbourne players were in the prayer circle after the game. It's just that sort of culture and standards at the club is the reason why we don't have. Again, obviously last year we had the whole scandal with Josh Adokar. But again, that's why as soon as it happened, we wasted no time. We did everything by the books, and then we said, see you later. We don't need or want that sort of problems or that sort of issues at our club. We're club first, team second, individual third. If you want to act like an individual first, then this isn't the club for you. The door's that way. That's how we handled the Josh Adokar issue. And that's why now this year all the boys, they're united through Christ. Again, Carraz always has the sign of the cross when he enters on the field. On the Allianz game against Manly, when he scored the try, he did the sign of the cross.
You see, there's a big sense of togetherness.
Exactly, and
I think that spreads across the whole the whole team. Even if they're not religious, they feel it's just the sense of togetherness, right? As a team, right?
Yes, exactly. Especially then on Good Friday, probably in my opinion the most holiest day or most important Catholic day in our liturgical calendar. Max King, one of the most devout Christians in our team, scores his first try as a Bulldog on Good Friday, right in front of the kennel. I just think our whole team is so driven by this faith and this purpose that, and even on all their forearm straps, they've got religious stuff. And on Critter's mouth guard, he's got G2G, glory to God.
Yeah.
It's like that whole standard is, it's what keeps the team united, and that's such a strong culture. That's why people who say, the culture's gone, or the team is in shambles, or my least favorite word, derailed.
Derailed the season. Nah, bro.
Like, please.
They're going to bring Lachlan Galvin to church next this over
Yeah,
the
I'm
season,
always surprised during the offseason he gets a different haircut.
Yeah.
He's going to start attending church with Carraz.
He's going to be eating Ojana, you know what I mean? Dude, it's a unique perspective, right? But a lot of people don't notice it, but we notice it as Catholics, and we notice it as Dogs players. Like, you just see a common theme, a trend within a team, and it's just no coincidence, man. I feel like it's something they actually look for, how they are off the field, and I just feel like a lot of the Dogs recruitment is character-based, which is why you probably were scratching our heads when it came to, like,
Terrell May,
Fanua Blake. Like, what happened there? Like, why didn't we go and get these guys? For whatever reason, it just feels like they're not just judging the player just based on how they're good or bad they are, or how good they are as a player. I feel like there are other factors that come into play.
Yeah.
And I think it's not the fact that they're going and looking for religious players, but they're just looking for certain values that a lot of devout Catholics have. You know what I mean? And I think it really helps with the squad culture. And I just feel like it just, like, look at Nathan Cleary, man. He's doing the sign of the cross every time he comes out, man. And it's just like,
I was gonna say,
you just feel like, even though what happened on Friday, it just feels like he's getting a little bit of extra assistance.
Yeah,
It didn't happen on Friday, but
no, it didn't.
And
but then even, sorry, cut you off. But even not just recruitment, even in the players who we develop and debut. Like Bailey Hayward, local junior boy, he's more Lebo than he was on the Lebos in our team. And then you and I saw on Friday, a few weeks ago after the Roosters game, we were sitting at Mary's, shout out Mary's, Bailey Hayward walked past, he had a massive
rosary
with the cross around his neck. Because again, they're just driven by faith, and it's those sort of particular values that the club looks for in our juniors and in our recruitment. Anyway, take it away from
And I was gonna going back to the point of with the Nathan Cleary stuff. Like one thing with Penrith, and you'll see this with the elite clubs. You see this with the Storm. You usually see this with the Roosters as well. But with Panthers, Dogs,
the golf trip video just got pulled.
No way.
They're commenting it on our post.
What do you mean? Like, what, the post got taken down? Like the vlog?
Apparently the golf trip video has just been pulled. Funny how the golf trip video has just been pulled.
Oh my!
I gotta look. I got sent it, so I'm gonna look.
This is like live, people. Apparently the vlog that.
The vlog's gone down, but the reels are still there.
Oh my people, this is huge.
Yeah. I used to put it to private.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
So because you had the link, so
that's hilarious,
that is
bro.
Insane.
But yeah, boys. Like, did you can say? Did you want to say something?
I just wanted to finish off by saying, with the Panthers, with these clubs, you can tell when they sign a player or when they breed in a player, they have good character. And unfortunately, with a player like Brandon Smith, you will never see him at these types of clubs. And if you do, he's not there long.
Yeah.
So
you expect the Roosters to do the same, but then again, there are always teams that are willing to take risks. Like the Roosters took a risk on SBW, you know what I mean? Souths take a lot of risks when it comes to character, but they just have Wayne Bennett. They think he can fix everything. Jason Demetrio really struggled, and I feel like Wayne has done a good job, and I still think they've done better than they should have done with everyone they've got out. And we're going to start going into the first game of the round. We won't talk about it too much, but it was just funny. Like, we just wanted to laugh at the Dragons a little bit because getting belted 40-0 by a pub team, that was pretty fucking funny. And it would have been embarrassing if you're a Dragons fan.
40-0 is outrageous.
40-0 is insane. And, the way they were scoring these tries, they were just taking turns railing Gutherson. Sorry, mate.
Oh, that Munro show and go.
He looked like Chris Sassine playing fullback. Because he's bold and everything. He just looked like
he's a mafia agent. He's going to come get you now.
I wouldn't eat potatoes. Good joke to all my kids.
Watching this game, I was just... St. George, it looks like they've given up. They know they're not making the finals. They're so injury depleted. Same as South.
As South, yeah.
But in Dragons' case, they just
But they had their whole spine.
Yeah. And it just looks like an absolute shambles over in St. George. And yeah, poor old Dragons couldn't even score a point. Like Tyra Munro, the last 2 weeks has been in very sensational form, in my opinion. That show and go try doing the steps over Gutherson, that was pretty cool. Tellus Duncan, by the way, quietly is robbing AJ of breaking that record. He refuses to pass to him.
Bro, there were two opportunities
he's farming
where
super coach points, bro.
Oh, did he get 100? He got 115 over the week.
He's got 100, 4 out of the last 7 games.
And AJ's been right next to him.
You wanna look at someone that's potentially manipulating the markets, bro. Look into him because there has been opportunity.
Paying Tellus Duncan not to pass.
Opportunity after opportunity to pass it to AJ, and this isn't just like AJ's not there. AJ's fucking open.
Wide open. It's like, nah, fuck you, AJ. You've got 200 tries.
And he smiles with a big smile on his face every time,
He knows it. He's like, fuck you, man. I got 200. You got 200 tries. I've only got 10.
He scores and then looks at him and smiles straight away. There was a clip of that. It's ridiculous, bro. Because, let's be honest, it would have been really, really cool. I don't think he breaks it this year now. There's 3 tries he needs to score in one game.
Just quietly, with all this Roosters shit going on,
You never know.
They could be versing a depleted Roosters team. You never know what's going to happen next year.
Maybe not depleted, a rattled Roosters team.
Rattled 3 tries. And imagine if they end that game and the crowd storms the field.
If all rumors are true, Latrell does come back. Latrell loves to pass to AJ.
Yeah. If Latrell comes back for the Roosters game, prepare for the record to be broken.
I think the record might break. AJ might break it.
They got the bye this week, eh?
Yeah, dude. And apparently there's going to be some rumoured returns. Jack Wyden is going to return.
Everyone's
He was
coming.
at the boxing fight. The show was at the boxing fight. He didn't have no strapping on, no nothing.
So all I'm saying
All I'm
is...
saying, I saw him.
All I'm saying is...
And he was rumoured to come back last game.
Well, he came back, de Latrell. And then he came, and then,
he got
then
injured
they
again.
won, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm taking a couple weeks off."
So all I'm saying is, if this is all true, AJ, they literally might only give AJ the ball. Because who's AJ going up against? Would it be Marky Mark?
Yep.
All I'm saying is, there's a chance. There is a chance he does break it. I would like to see him break it, but
We'll have to see,
We'll have
boys.
to see.
We are gonna talk about this because it was the best night of Friday night football I've seen in a very, very long time, boys. All our teams played this night. The first game was just absolutely unbelievable, and it was the best finish to
it was
a
an
rugby
entree.
league game.
It was an entree.
It was the best finish of it was the best finish to a rugby league game I've probably ever seen in my lifetime. I remember there was a fucking goal. There was a kick. I think it was against the Cowboys where the Raiders went for a field goal. It hit the post and then stopped right before going dead, and Rapana scored or something like that. But this was the team in first versus the 4-time premiers. Like, this was, the hype was there in Mudgee, country round, and they fucking delivered.
Packed out.
I know you boys have spoken about this game on Talking Cleary, but I just wanted to say it was
surprised you call it Poo Poo
incredible.
Panthers podcast.
I couldn't believe you guys lost that game. I told you boys, I was confident you guys were going to win. And I had you winning by like 14, 16 points, and it was looking like that. And then a couple errors from Dylan Edwards, and then all of a sudden, the game was lost.
I won't go into too much in depth because obviously we did talk about it on the Panthers podcast. But as I said to Joey, I said we made so many uncharacteristic errors where stuff that we would never usually would do. Joe Tarpany never scores that try against the Panthers team that are on their day. We made 3 crucial errors, and they had 4
Joey
sets.
probably does.
No,
he always scores in big games.
But this is the thing. They had 4 sets to do it. We
Fred.
gave them set after set after set in their own in our half.
Just defend better.
Fred, I remember you once said, I don't know if it was on a podcast or not, but you once said to Mitch and Flaxy, Tarpany's never had a Tarpany performance against Panthers.
I did say that.
What are the odds? Tarpany, if you saw Fred
Hey,
say
he
that,
saw it,
He
bro.
saw it, bro.
If you
Thanks,
Dude, but
thanks,
you
Fred.
can't say it wasn't wrong, but like it was about fucking time, Joey, and he's the top 3 prop in the world. I've been singing it from the fucking for the last 5 years, mate, at least.
he'll probably
is
win
just-
Dally and Prop of the Year this
Mate,
year.
he is unbelievable, bro. He is unbelievable. No, he's not winning Dally and Prop of the Year, but because there are 2 that statistically look better.
Yeah,
But
but
they're probably going to
Terrell
give it
May.
he
to.
will
and-
probably get Payne Harston and Terrell, but if Tarpany did win, I wouldn't come
Like,
close.
I would have, Tarpany's on my top 3.
Yeah, he's a
In all honesty, I just think he's absolutely, I think he's just great. And he's like big but still mobile. And it was crazy that him and Ricky had a falling out and he nearly left. They could have altered their legacy, okay.
100%.
Yeah, he probably had a
But
Tarpany
man, what a
performance
player,
against-
bro.
But
And
yeah.
he had a Tarpany performance against the Panthers.
Yeah, and he killed us, man. Like, so we made so many uncharacteristic errors, and obviously, like, I think, Nathan Cleary doesn't miss that.
What's wrong with Dylan Edwards, man? He's made uncharacteristic.
I think he's
like 2017 Dylan Edwards all over
I
again.
Did I say that?
he
The
said that.
last 2 weeks, he's
I think
dropping.
it's just exhaustion, and I think that's why they're resting him. And
Because he's just dropping he's dropping balls that are uncontested. They're not defending him.
That,
he's running.
he's just dropping the ball while being tackled.
I think
he
it's
did it
bro,
exhaustion.
somebody jizz in this bloke's hands or something. He needs something sticky in his hands.
Like, you gotta.
Just have a little tug. There you go, mate.
He's not using enough grippy.
Sorry,
fucking,
boys.
But
He's not
yeah,
using the grippy, sticky stuff. Man.
But seriously, he's even in Origin game 2, it's like games on the line here. He catches the ball, runs. As soon as he gets hit, he just drops it.
I think what you're
Drop
seeing
nuts.
is proper fatigue.
Dildo
And-
drop nuts.
and
That's
I
what
think-
we're calling him, bro.
I think he just needs a rest. And I think what we're going to be doing this week is, like, obviously it's rumored that we're dropping a lot of our players, but I think
Yeah,
we're going
Dylan
to.
Edwards definitely dropping something.
What of footballs.
I think we're going to rest him, and I think we'll come back in the finals and when it matters.
Prayers up for the
when,
Dragons.
Yeah, no, I think
when
so
the game
too.
when the game matters, I think
'Cause
he'll show up.
He's been steady for so long, man, and I just feel like
Players have slumps.
But
It
he's
happens to
waited to
everyone.
the 2 biggest teams at
I
the
know.
universe all year to
And
start dropping them.
now the fatigue gets to it.
And realistically, you said you thought like you were confident in this game. we shouldn't have lost. Like, realistically.
Yeah.
We had the opportunity, we fucked up.
Boys,
and that was the same in the Melbourne game.
I
so.
couldn't believe Nathan, mate. I just want to say one thing because I know boys probably didn't talk about it and no one's been saying it, but Nathan Cleary has missed way too many field goals this year. Way too many.
You know what the fact is, though?
And the only one he's hit is the hard one.
He's hit two 40-metre ones.
Yeah, but he's missed all the easy ones and all the uncontested ones. But the two hardest ones he had to take, he made them.
I got to disagree with that. Well, kind of.
He's getting paid, like the Titans game, for example. He missed way too many. He missed way too many.
The Cowboys one.
And like these are he's missing too many easy ones, man. He's getting paid big money. Any other player misses this many field goals.
And you know what's
he's getting
crazy?
under scrutiny. Like Nico Hines probably made one. And then, but nobody cares.
In that Melbourne game, though,
so
he didn't miss one. Or maybe he missed one.
But
he got charged down.
He got charged down twice, and then he hit the third one, but it was a penalty.
Yeah,
and
the one that he did hit was a fucking penalty, which is sad.
Yeah,
I know.
but
this one, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought he fucking struck us so well.
Oh,
And I'm like, I even said it in my commentary, and I will say this. That was my best commentary job. That was my best commentary ever. And it's usually not live. It's usually my live reaction. And then I pull my phone out and then I record. But usually when it's golden point, I know something's coming. And I start recording to see what the fuck happens. And I'm so glad I did. Because it was that was all raw, all live. And I was just in shock as to what the fuck I was seeing. And when I saw Dylan Edwards miss that tackle, I'm like, oh my goodness, he never misses those. They're going to fucking score.
Ethan Strange is
There's a photo.
Bro, I know it was Ethan Strange, but I'm sorry. That try was literally all Jed Stewart. He jumped up in the air on purpose so that he wouldn't fucking get tackled because they can't tackle him in the air. So and then the fact that he broke 2 tackles.
I would have taken that penalty.
There's 5 fucking tackles. There's 5-6 defenders that are on the other side of the field and they can't contest. He's broken 2. Which means there's barely any players that can actually contest the.
Nathan then missed the tackle
because Jed's got balls. Like this guy's a rookie. He's got balls to go for the catch, jump up, break the 2 tackles. Every other young player probably just fucking takes the tackle there. But this guy's like, nah, fuck these cunts. I've got him shot to bits here, and he passes it. The fact that a young player had the balls to pass it in their own end, because they could easily fuck that up, get taken out. Fucking lose the ball, throw a forward pass, and then they got the ball back on their 30. But no, he's gone for the ballsy play, and Ethan Strange breaks the tackle, runs. But I want to. Nobody's given any
love
credit to Jed, and I wanted to give credit to Jed.
No,
and he wasn't starting this game, eh?
No,
so I think did he come on due to the?
No, he was.
Simi Sung, he came in.
He was the replacement for Savage.
For Savage, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no,
Jed, you just didn't see much of him. You didn't see much of him in the first half.
He was up against on that other side. Like, come on.
But he done well, man. And of course, Ethan Strange is fucking amazing.
You got to give Ethan Strange the credit for having the balls to run those meters, break the tackle, and then have the eyes up play to instead of go, you know what, I'm going to back myself. I'm just going to be smart and give it the KO weeks.
Yeah, and it was smart and very unselfish, and I give him mad credit. And he is next to Katoa. That's probably the future. Blues halves pairing. Because, you don't need to be a multi-dimensional fucking player when you're playing next to Isaiah Katoa. You just have to be a ball runner, bro. And a playmaker. And that's exactly what it is. And he's fucking the best part of his game is his defense. I never see a half consistently hit under the ball with their shoulder as much as Ethan Strange does.
Oh, Dearden does it pretty well as well.
Yeah, he Dearden wasn't doing that at 20, 21.
No, not at 21.
This guy's been doing it since he was freaking 19 years old, set foot in the league, bro. Consistently shoulder under the ball every time and just managed to get it done. Amazing player, bro. And that move, that run was just spectacular. But I just wanted to say, never starts without Jed Stewart.
Exactly. But also, shout out to the commentary work from, was it Vossi?
Vossi was amazing, dude.
I didn't even hear that. I didn't even want to watch. I never watched it back. I couldn't.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Kohler's back.
I listened to that live at Canterbury Leagues. Why you gotta bring it up, man? I was like, a year ago.
I've watched it back like in the highlights of like a fucking the Dogs Manly game, but I never sat there. I never sat there and watched it back because I was just kept thinking, fucking out of car would have got him.
I've watched it one too many times. The one of the worst. A little side story. during in January, I went on holidays with my family up to Port Macquarie. And while we were there, I found out they had the Fox channel in the hotel TV room. So I had that thing playing, literally on mute, but I had it playing all day, every day, all the NRL matches. And then I think the last night, they're showing that game. And I'm just like, oh, screw it, I'll watch it. I literally forced myself to watch, call them, make that run, and I just watched it just knowing, if only they'd made that tackle. That little 1% effort could have changed the whole momentum of that.
Yeah, it hurts, man, but I don't blame you for not watching it back, but I'm going to say this was the best week of commentary since Ray Warren retired.
There's one commentary that we'll get to later.
There was so many amazing commentary moments this week, man. Yeah. And even for myself, that was the best live reaction I've ever had, bro. I was going berserk.
It's the raw emotion of a game that was already had so much hype to it. Then lived up to that hype.
The greatest finish, mate.
But you know what's crazy?
It went even above and beyond expectations that game.
I said
you couldn't write a script. Like, if you said, all right, let's rig this shit, let's write a script, they wouldn't write that script in. They wouldn't even write a script.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because it would be unrealistic. It was something out of goal. In goal 2, when TJ Harper hits the post and the ball gets sent all the way to fucking Munez, who then launches the ball to Gavin Harrison, he scores. Mate, you look at that like, that never fucking happened. But this happened. And then, you would say that if this was a movie.
To make the scripting even funnier was the fact that when Cleary kicks the field goal, they played that Panthers rule before it even went through.
This whole
I was doing it the whole time. This cunt wouldn't stop playing it. It was the DMX buck from 2018. The Dogs media guy used to fucking spam it, and everyone would complain about it, and it got pulled middle of the year. This fucking it sounds like the fucking old man. He came rounding over.
As a
He deserves it for playing it.
Bro, as you said, you couldn't script this thing, but, if you look at this whole Friday, bro, you just got to be like, when fucking Fogarty missed that kick, I was like, this is scripted. There is no way that he missed that kick from that close.
They're the ones hard, but they're the middle range ones are the hardest ones. And you practice them the least.
Yeah, and then, Nathan Cleary. And the funniest fact was the fact that I went to the academy literally that Monday, and he kicked one and hit the post the exact same way, but it went in. It blew my mind, the fact that it just... Oh, mate.
That was the best finish to a game and a golden point I've ever seen in my
lifetime. It got even better. I got to ring it up again. When Cleary goes to the field goal, before the ball even goes through the damn
He played
post, He's that.
Tell me that's not me, bro. Tell me that's not me.
He's a strange runs 85 meters and keeps KO.
Bro,
because you wouldn't, if that was in a movie, you'd call bullshit. That'd never fucking
bro, and that's why the photo, I didn't know this photo was taken of me until after the fact, but the photo of me just losing all despair, realizing what the fucking just happened. Show this.
That's my favorite fucking photo of all time.
This is Fred's favorite photo of all time.
This is my favorite photo of all time.
Show it.
This is my favorite.
Show it on my one so I can keep talking. This is his favorite photo of all time because I am just that depressed.
Bro, talking to you on mic so while you do the thumbs up.
No, I can see it.
You fucking.
No, that was the moment where.
You know what my reaction is to that?
See, and that's the thing. I was in such shock. I didn't even know they played that sound.
We're going to go to the game this week, and if we belt them because they're playing their B team, I'm not giving shit to any Panthers fans, only Flax. Every time we score, I'm doing that. I'm playing that.
No, you can't do the meows this week. You have to do the...
Yeah.
No, Fred knows what that is.
I know what that is.
I know what
you just fucking...
No, I don't even...
You're banned. You're banned from doing it.
You did it so wrong. It's...
But they didn't hear it this week.
No.
Enjoy the win, Ella, honestly.
We'll say that
I never met Ella in my life, but I just... I
see her
I don't want to... she's been upset too much this year. Like, I just want someone to be happy.
And you know what's
I just
crazy?
want
They're
someone
one
to be
game out
happy,
of the
right?
8. With this Roosters stuff going down, the Manly
They might
Seagulls
actually
are
make
one
it.
game out of the
I know.
8.
Especially in
know.
the form that they play like they did over the weekend.
Who do they verse?
They need the fucking...
They verse Warriors
They
and
need
they verse
their own
Warriors.
noise.
I apologize to every single
Seagull.
listener.
The Seagulls, mate.
To anyone who was listening, I apologize for that noise. Your eardrums are probably now bursted from
You're all right, mate. People who watch my streams, they know what
Right.
they're used to it, mate.
You know what you need to do as merch? You need to get earplugs as merch.
Hectic French plugs.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. No, Joe. No.
Pause.
That's Flaxy's plugs. The shit plugs, mate. Block the pipes. That's funny. All right, boys. The next game, that was just the entree, mate.
That was the entree.
On to the main course. It looked grim in the first 20 minutes. And you boys know I was mad confident about this game. And to be fair, the last 50 minutes showed why I was confident, because I just didn't expect the rushing defense to be so effective. But credit to Melbourne, mate. Their centers were jamming in. Their halves were jamming in. Really, really making it hard for our team to play. In that first half an hour, it looked very, very grim. They just were playing at a whole different pace to us. My Pookie being Matt Burton.
It was the whole incident was so nasty. I actually thought, surely, like, that's his game is not over.
Yeah, I thought he was fucking season over, ACL.
That's
you know
what
what I
I
mean?
thought. Or if I ever see a Dogs player clutching the knee, that 3-lettered word, ACL, pops
And
in my
it's the
mind.
strapped knee already. So I'm like, immediately, ow. And you see the hyperextension and you're just like, ow. But this cunt just gets up and he kept playing now.
You know
I do
why?
think
He's got
I do
aura.
think it was a fucking liability, especially in that first half. And I feel like if he didn't get injured, he doesn't miss that tackle on Wishart. He looks like B-Tech didn't.
He does.
I don't think he misses that tackle on Wishart, but then again, there's a lot of what ifs. Melbourne had a good bit of players out, and they're all quality. But the replacements did a great job, man. And I will say this: they just were playing at such a different level than us in that first 20, 30 minutes. And then we started completing and stopped giving away penalties. And Matt started to grow into the game. And Bailey Hayward, who had a fucking shocking start, started to grow into the game. And then you could see something. Then the sin bin happened. Did we score at the start of the second half?
Shout out Bailey Hayward scored his first try of the season.
Broke his duck.
No nudie run for him this year.
Yeah. Do you think it was a try?
I think it was a try.
I think it was if they called it no try, it should have been a no try. But if they called it a try, it should have been a try.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like that was one of the ones where you just have to go with what the
Was
referee
that the
gives
one
you.
where they couldn't get the ball? Or they couldn't see the ball?
see the ball. It was like Cleary's one. Like, the ref's in dick suck range. I'm going to trust him. All right, and no Melbourne player said nothing. Bailey got up and was confident. I just see that and I'm thinking, okay, it's a try. You know what I mean? I don't think you can overturn it because you can't see the ball. You can't say that it was or wasn't on the ground.
If it had gone to the bunker, they would have said this exact phrasing. We can't see the ball at this point. Given the on-field ground, we'll support the on-field decision.
You should be in the bunker, Joe. That was fucking mad.
Because I've watched so many games, I know the exact phrase of what they're going to say.
He's not playing Rugby League 26. He's playing Referee 26. You're the next Ashley Klein with hair.
Yeah, with hair though, and like a common sense, bit of common logic.
But honestly, after that first half an hour, we looked like the better team. Came out of the gates in the second half, made adjustments, and this is what I wanted to see. How will we respond to that? I was happy that it was only 12-0 going into the half, all right, because I felt like they could have put more, and I honestly believe this. If Jerome Hughes played, they would have scored at least 1 or 2 more tries.
I gotta ask, the Eli Katoa try.
It's a try.
I know that it was a try.
It's a try.
But at first, it just looked like, did he ground it?
Yeah, like they confirmed it pretty quickly.
If the referee had gone, no try, can we check it?
No, it was a try, bro. They have built more angles than they show us on TV.
Okay, well, I would have liked to
I don't know why they don't show us, but there's a lot of angles they have, and it was a try.
I think
Like, I saw, it's always a Melbourne. Like, there was a guy that was on TikTok, and he does make a fair point because you do see it a lot, where a try will get confirmed so quickly with certain teams, way faster than other teams.
Like, literally, unless it's like blatantly obvious, say a try, they'll take forever, or they'll take a few minutes before they go confirm.
Yeah, but this one was blindingly obvious. He did score. At first, I'm like, did he even score? Because you see Tracy, like,
Tracy was confident.
yeah, he was confident that he got it. But how's he meant to know? I think Katoa was class. He got it, bro. He got it. But I wanted to see how it would respond. Because I know Serraldo is actually very good at making adjustments a lot of the time. Now, I'm getting worried about this week. Where I don't have to be worried about it anymore.
Not anymore.
But the winger adjustment that he makes doesn't always work. But the adjustment where it's like he can recognize from the box what we're doing wrong. And a lot of the time he comes out with a different game plan in the second half and it works. And it was the get the bench guys on, get them hitting holes. Sitili Tupunua and Kurt Mann,
What
again,
a great return for Sitili.
they have a telepathic connection. It's like they've played together for 30 years and they've only played together for fucking 7 games, bro.
Not even.
And they were punching holes through Melbourne from the Sitili's first run. I'm just so glad we have this bloke back. He puts so much pressure on the defense.
I really hope his hamstrings hold out and just like stay healthy. Because my gosh, we have missed. There's so many games without him. I've been like, it could have been a bit of a different outcome if he was on that field. Because he's such a key middle to bring off the bench. He brings size. He brings aggression because that bloke sees red. It's just like we have missed him in several weeks. And again, he even made a fair few line breaks, good runs. But the player I want to talk about, Harry Hayes, the local junior kid. Look, I know he bombed a crucial try.
That one stung.
That was bad.
But he punched out big minutes and big numbers.
He changed the game. The bench forwards changed the game when they came on because there's no coincidence that the half an hour mark that we started turning the game around was when our bench players came on because our starting forwards were fucking diabolical. I hate saying it because I love them and I know they're facing a really hard gig against such big forward packs and we're playing very small forward packs, but we just have to see more out of guys like Max King. The last month he has not been up to his scratch, and I think he's gassed, man. Who wouldn't be gassed? And he's played Origin and everything like this, but since Origin his form has dipped. We're not seeing the Max King numbers we were seeing before Origin. So Max King, Samuel Hughes, and Jamin Salmon, especially Jamin Salmon and Samuel Hughes, we cannot be seeing 5 runs from our starting prop and 50 and 40 or 8 runs 40 meters. And fucking 2 runs, 20 meters.
And
we just
20,000 knock-ons from Salmon.
Mate, we just can't be seeing this, boys. And that's where I say, where do we need to improve the most? It's lock, and I feel like that's where Finau Latu is going to play next year. That's why they brought him in early, even though he's not going to play and he's rehabbing an injury. I think we're molding him into our lock of the future, and we really need a lock that can carry the football and defend a little bit better because at times Salmon is left alone to make first contact, and it's what's he going to do? He's just one of those players where I know he works hard, and I know he does all of the 1% stuff, but he's too small to be in the forward pack. He's like one of those players where he doesn't have a true position. He is the definition of a utility because there is no position that fits him. We play him at lock, but he's just too small to be in the middle. But he's not fast enough or skillful enough to be in the halves or not quick enough to be out wide. He's a jack of all trades, master of none, really. And I know he tries his absolute best, but I just think if there's one position that we need, like if we dropped Josh Curran for this game, and I know he did probably deserve a stint in Cup, I think we should recall him for this week. And I will drop Jamin Salmon because I just don't think he's been good enough. And seeing the things that Serraldo praised him for, I haven't been seeing it very much since he's come back from injury.
And unfortunately, I think that Penrith connection is kind of why he doesn't get dropped. Because even from round 1, I always thought, surely Salmon, his stint's done. Because he was one of them. I'll be honest. I'll always try and back every player we've got. But Salmon, unfortunately, wasn't at his best last year. I remember when he first came back from a jaw injury during the Manly game. I remember it's burned in my brain. He gets given the ball, no pressure on him at all, just drops it dead cold. And then we can see to try that very next set. It's like players like that. And you're right. He's very small. He's not. You said it best. Jack of all trades, but master of none. But I just think we need a bit more size. We probably should have kept Curran and dropped Salmon. Is what I think should be the case.
We are already too small, and we just can't be affording a lock that's that small. It's not a knock on Salmon. It's just what does the team need the most? Exactly. The team needs a bigger body, just one extra big body in the middle. That's why Atino changes this whole team because you play him at lock, and you have him with a mobile prop and a big prop, and immediately you have so much balance, and we just don't have balance right now. We are way too skewed to the smaller side, and even our bench forwards, they are small, But, man, they play way bigger than their size, and they just have so much punch. And it's like we made 10 line breaks against Melbourne, and they were saying our attack's gone on worse and everything like that. Dude, you could put Toby Sexton in this team, and have never brought in Galvin, and we would not make 10 line breaks. It was just, like, people are saying that the team's been derailed. You can't call us frauds, man, because we were actually breaking them open in that second half. They had that VB hard working index after the first half an hour, and it was every single one of them was Melbourne in the top 7. You end the game with the Dogs having like the 5 or 6 most players with the run meters.
And the top of that list was the player I was trying to talk about the first time around, Harry Hayes.
I think the top of the list was Connor Tracy. I've got the list open right now.
Of a VB Harden index?
No, sorry. For just purely run meters.
Oh, no, I was talking about Harry Hayes.
Harry Hayes is an amazing player, dude. And you see what's on his fucking wrist, outwork everybody.
And, and I think the Dogs posted the play today, and obviously it won't be talked about as much because we can see the try right after it. But in the second half, when we were down,
when he chased Nick Meaney.
He chased Nick Meaney. This guy's a forward. He's a middle. He shouldn't be in a position to be chasing down a centre and a fast one. But he gets there and stops him just before the line. If we don't consider try off that next set, we're all sitting here talking about that defence. But again, unfortunately, President kicks it to Coates, who's all the way out wide.
Yeah.
And goes, you know what? Let's just kick to him. And unfortunately, no one could have predicted that. He catches it and scores.
That was a sick try, bro. They had a man down as well, but they just overloaded with numbers on that side. And I feel like that's how you counter the rushing defense. Now, we don't really play we play a scramble style, but like you don't really see us coming off the line like Melbourne were. And that was really rattling our halves, especially. Matt Burton was really bothered by it because he didn't have the mobility and agility that he usually has because his knee was compromised. So, like, they were rushing up on him, and as he's touching the ball, he's getting belted and losing it.
Well, Kakamega rattled his ribs.
He dropped the ball like 2-3 times, but he's getting smashed. That's why. And I feel like the second half we made changes to the forward pack with the subs, but also made changes to the way we were playing. We were no longer doing one-out bullshit and running into their fucking big forwards just like they want us to. We were going one out, more than one out, 2 out, moving the ball a lot. The offload started to creep in, and we were starting to really tire out that Melbourne forward pack. And Lockie and Matt started running the ball a lot more, especially in that second half. Now, I feel like Lachlan had a good game. I know he threw a forward pass, but I think that's not a Lockie skill issue. It's just a Lachlan chemistry issue because he doesn't have the combinations yet. Doesn't have that link. Like we spoke about Kurt Mann and Cecilia having that telepathic link. He doesn't have that link with Preston yet. It will come. But that's just miscommunication, mistiming something because they haven't had that many reps yet. He also had probably a bad kick or two, but really, man, and they missed that tackle on Ryan Pappenhausen. But again, like halves get targeted all the time. But I just feel like the one thing he needs to work on is I feel like he's doing a bit too much. I think he's trying to take too much control. I feel like it wasn't the game plan, but Matt was injured and wasn't himself.
Well, you know what? I have a lot of thoughts on this whole Galvin thing because on Friday night when I was at Canterbury Leagues, I was obviously with a lot of the Dogs fans. Shout out everyone who went to Canterbury Leagues. They just, in my opinion, if you're not at a Dogs game and you're a Dogs fan, the next best place is at Canterbury Leagues because all the fans are there, and that's where like the passion is. Like that, my ears actually started to ring at one point because how loud that room got. And it's a lot of the people in that room. Every time Galvin did anything like right or wrong, they would blame him or say, "What are you doing, Galvin?" It made no sense to me because there's 17 players who run on that field, forced it on the bench, 13 play, but they all want to sit there and they want to pin it on Galvin. A player could get tackled, or a player could drop the ball on the other side of the field. Oh, it's Galvin's fault.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense to me. And then also, the thing with Galvin is he's a creative half. He will take his chance and risk something because the reward is so much higher. But the thing is, he's a 20-year-old who's trying to play like a 27-year-old. So he's trying to do all the creative stuff that like your Clearys, your Moseses, those kind of players do.
Do you think the pressure's getting to him?
No, I don't think it is.
Also, his hands a bit crooked as well.
It was the pressure from the Melbourne defense that was getting to him. This was his first, he had 7 misses. He had to make a lot of tackles, right? 24 he made. He missed 7 from memory. But he made a lot of runs, engaged the line a lot, and that's what I want to see from a half because the way he plays is risky. Like Kieran Foran, I feel like he's the player that I liken this to the most, where he would literally go into the fucking line and pass. Now, and the biggest issue I had with this team today, besides losing in the middle, was the lack of support play. We saw Harry Hayes make a line break. We saw
A great run.
We saw so many players taking the line on Carraz, Bailey Hayward, and there's fucking no one within QE of them. And that's not what I see from this team. And I swear when I pointed out in a video they were saying it was the destabilization of the fucking dressing room. No, motherfucker. These guys were fucking tired after the pace that Melbourne were playing at. Having to defend them the way, the speed that they were playing, they were gassed. Bro, Harry Hayes makes a break. No one's with him because they're all fucking tired. And Harry Hayes is actually pretty quick. But there were so many instances where Lockie's trying something, but everyone's so deflated that they're not running with him.
Yeah.
And that was why Sitili and Kurtman Kurtman and Harry Hayes were just so dangerous, so devastating. Because these were the two guys that were actually running with Kurtman and hitting holes. Against the Roosters, Kurtman was probing, running, engaging the line like a half would, like Lockie does. And they're hitting the hole with him and making line breaks. The Roosters game, they weren't running with him at all. And that was a real part because he'd run and he's looking for players and he'd slip and get tackled. I'm like, dude, it's a luxury to play with this player. Hit a hole with him, run with him. When you engage the line, you are asking a defense question. You're asking them questions, right? Every player that's with you is another question that they have to ask, and it's another possibility that they could get get it totally wrong. And when the defense gets it wrong, that's how you fucking break them down.
Well, what?
And Lockie's trying to ask the defense questions against Melbourne, taking so many runs, like made like 30 runs nearly, where he's fucking running at the defense and no one is fucking with him.
Well, it literally happened in the Panthers game, with what's his name? Who took the line break? Who took the line break for in that last second? It was Ethan Strange. Ethan Strange ran. Who's the supporting right next
Kyle
to him?
Weeks.
Kyle Weeks. Exact same example there.
And Connor usually is great in support play, but he had to be there and he just was not supporting at all. I know the guy nearly died a few weeks ago and I'm giving him a break, but in finals, mate, these guys have to be supporting. We cannot be making line breaks. And our defense, our attack is going to be very hard to defend, especially when we keep using this hybrid critter shit. Especially if we start adopting what we did in the second half, which was we were stuck in a rut trying to attack like we usually do, the simple attack in the first half, where we just would spread it through the hands or spam Kikau and Preston and like Burton wasn't really running as well. The rushing defense was really making it uncomfortable. The second half, we had Matt Burton, Stephen Crichton and fucking Lachlan Galvin roaming a lot and creating situations that they're not used to watching film on. They don't know how to defend this. They didn't study this shit. There's only so much hybrid critter examples that they can use to help game plan against them. This is why bringing in Lachlan Galvin was so good. The more they play, and if they can just get it to click where everyone's moving around and learning how to play with each other and learning how to play with Lachlan, because it is a bit of an adjustment to go from Toby Sexton to Lachlan Galvin. Toby does not go and dig into the line a lot. Does not look for opportunities like this. He seems to be pretty safe with giving early ball to everybody. But like back row players need proper ball. The centers are the ones that need early ball. And Lachlan has never really had an early ball center to play with. So even he has to adjust. But we just need to get used to playing with Lachlan and how he's playing. And if you're going to get used to playing with Lachlan, you need to be running with him. Because he's looking to set you up. But you're just going to end up in him getting smashed if you don't help the bloke.
Well, I want to ask you both a question. You guys, the chances that you guys verse this exact team in 3 weeks is very, very likely.
Yeah.
You're at Melbourne as well.
Yeah.
I've run the math. We're 4
if we win this week, then we're versus Melbourne.
Very,
we're
very,
4
very
points
good
ahead.
chance.
They're 4 points behind Melbourne. And odds are, if we do win this week or next week, whatever, we're going to be versus Melbourne week 1.
If we win this week, we're versus Melbourne.
Let's just
that
say-
simple.
I'm already considering to book my tickets and go to Melbourne.
I'm not going to Melbourne, but
Let's just make this a hypothetical real quick.
yeah.
What happens? What changes do you need to make so you can then beat them next time around?
I feel like we need a bit of a bigger team. I would play Saluka Fafita or Josh Curran. I really would drop Salmon, especially against Melbourne because of how big they are, and they were just running at him. And honestly, and this is something that I need to speak about, Reid Marnie cannot be coming off the bench.
No.
He's so useless off the bench. It's just not his game. He's not an impact player. He's a player that you start off with. And I feel like against these bigger packs, I would start off with Reed. Fuck, even for the first 20 minutes, I don't give a shit, man. Like, just, we need him there to set the tone defensively. And then you bring Bailey Hayward on against tired forwards. And if he just starts running more, and he had a shocking start, Bailey, dropped the ball, fucking average kick.
A few bad passes.
Just missed tackles, mate. If he just
I just think Bailey's having an off
if
night.
he just came off, he got better as the game went on and as forwards got tired. And he's a very smart player. But I would honestly bring him off the bench
And start Reed.
Yeah.
But these things are not going to happen.
And look, it does.
What I would do, game plan wise, is it's going to be very hard for us to go through Melbourne, especially with our starting forward pack. I would be looking to do what the Cowboys do. When they started doing more towards the back end of the year, we have a smaller pack, which means we can't go through, but we can go around. And I would definitely put more of an emphasis on Carraz offloads.
I was going to say, would you play a looser game of footy where you're trying to
like
focus
we did against you?
Yeah, focus on the offloads, focus on trying to get around.
You saw how much damage we were doing to you guys, and I like with the offloads, man, and with that game flowed so well. Refs stayed out of it. We were fucking both playing. We were just playing.
Well, you changed your game plan because instead of playing block plays and set plays, where with Melbourne, you know how fast they move off that line. You're getting ambushed before you can even get that play off.
They know what we're going to do before we do it.
Exactly.
Which is why when we flipped the script and started doing things that we don't usually do or do stuff that we've been trialing recently and doing what they did when they had 12, which is overloading one side, mate, it's fucking... That's how we get doing that stuff more often and the attack is going to start flowing way more. And we're going to start getting a lot more opportunities because you overload it. You overload sides against a rushing defense and they rush up and don't make the right read, you're fucked. All right, because you're going to immediately already have a numbers advantage and one player makes a wrong mistake and you can exploit that. I just really like what we did in the second half and it was just, I feel like we should have won this game and I know we all do. It's like the Panthers game but this was even worse than the Panthers game because we bombed 2 try-scoring opportunities and then had a third try-scoring opportunity scratched off right at the end.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it much, but the Carraz one, I thought he had scored, obviously. Replay showed he didn't. If he scores that try, it's 12. That was a 12-point turnaround.
Yeah, because they scored right after.
Exactly. They then go down the field and they score. If Carraz scored, it's 12-all. Mate, who knows? I'm not saying we were going to win the game, but it would have made it a lot more competitive.
Yeah.
And you think about Reed, I have to agree, and it makes me a little concerned, just a little bit concerned for next year without Reed. Are we going to have these sort of games where Bailey's going to start off a bit wonky? I think it's a concern.
I think it's just because he's new to the position and hasn't played it really much at all this year. I think our players after a full preseason, and he's going to have to bulk up a lot and fucking get the stamina up because it's fucking way harder than lock and half playing hooker. You got to make 50 tackles a game. He made 54 tackles last week.
Wow.
You know, against the Roosters. You know what I mean? And I just think. After an off-season, you won't see these issues, but he's just, like, it's distribution issues. It's, like, just picking the ball up after to play the ball. If you're not used to doing it, like, he dropped it, I think, like, similar situation like that.
Yeah, he had one.
Not throwing forward passes, like, timing everything. And obviously, it's the playing hooker. It's a physically demanding role. I think an off-season would do this guy a lot of justice, man.
That's what I think. But I just think the rest of the regular season... start Marnie and then bring...
Yeah, it's not that Bailey... I feel like Bailey really helps us unlock our attack, and when he's running, we look very dangerous. But that first 20, especially with...
We need to set the tempo right.
We don't have punch in the forwards, especially defensively, so we really need some defensive... With someone that has a really high-level defense in the middle, like in terms of making tackles and being first contact, and I just feel like Reed does that better. And then imagine him coming on, and you imagine you're a fucking Royce Hunt. You played 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever, or a Spencer Leniu, or a fucking Nelson, or whatever. Fuck a Stefano. You played 25 minutes, and they bring on Kurtman, Satili Tupanora, Harry Hayes, Bailey Hayward. Like, what the fuck? You got to chase all these fast, zippy, mobile cunts
and
now.
And, like, Satili also being a bigger boy. Oh, mate.
Satili playing in the middle, mate. His numbers are incredible.
I know it's going to sound like a very crazy comparison. Obviously, 2 very different eras. But our 04 team, the bench we had in 04, I'm using 04 as the example, but that whole period we had from like 02 to like I'd say maybe 5 or 6 of all our bench was insane. I remember that there was I was rewatching a St. George game where we brought off Ogar, we brought on Mason. Like, what a substitute.
But these are different subs.
That's as I said earlier.
They're not big boys.
Yeah,
but they're boys you don't want to fucking tackle.
It's an impactful bench. It's players coming on the bench who are bringing on the same sort of impact that our forwards were going to bring on starting. Is what I was trying to say. And I also think it was great seeing Carraz go up against Coates.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Coates was kept fairly quiet. I know he scored that try, but that was off of like
a line break. Like he won the battle against Coates on multiple occasions, and like we were kicking to Carraz, we were kicking the Coates aside, and like a lot of people were saying, "Why the fuck are you kicking to Xavier Coates?" Well, he's fucking winning the aerial duel, bro. Again,
there was one moment where Carraz almost caught the ball, and honestly, if he catches it, he probably does run away and scores.
Yeah, like he was. It's a testament to how good he's been this year.
And it's why I seriously think Carraz is one of the best wingers in the comp.
I agree. I think if I see a top 5 list on TikTok where he's not named, I'm like, brother, what the fuck's wrong with you? Do you watch with your eyes?
I was going to say...
You look at the numbers, and he's a top 5, top 3 winger in the comp. My workmate said Jacob Carraz is shit and like on a fucking poster and like stuck it on all the walls at work because I said he was going to play Origin this year. He was in the Origin camp, nearly fucking got in.
I was going to say, do you think he makes it next year?
Yeah.
Next to Bizza?
If Lomax
I think he's just overtaken Lomax the way that Lomax has been recently.
Yeah.
And our last point, look, shout out to Melbourne. It was such a fucking mad game, and they played well, and they deserve to win it. I think we get a lot of good learnings from it. It just hurts that I just feel like we should have won it and bombed too many tries. That last try, boys, I think it was a no try, and I do know the rules. Do you think he was impeded at all?
That's what I want to talk about.
I really don't think. If you watch it in fast motion, how the fuck is Marion Seve going to know that he dropped the ball?
But also, you can see in a live photo.
Is this the critter one?
Yeah. Before, there's a photo NRL posted of like moments from like the weekend. And there's the one where Crichton's literally about to like ground the ball. Seve's holding his arm before Crichton's even touched the ball. I'm sorry, I just think at minimum it should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
At minimum. Look, seeing it live, I thought, shit, this is a try. We might actually be able to take this thing to golden point. Obviously now, hindsight, not a try. As much as that hurts, it should have been.
I think if it was Coates, they probably would have called it.
Also, when I say it should have been a try, I don't mean it should have because of like, I think it should have been transferred to the fact that he should have like caught it and grounded.
Look, as a neutral,
I don't think even if he didn't get held back, I don't think he would have caught it and grounded it. It was actually insane that he grounded it anyway.
I don't.
What I want to say is, look, it's by the rule, the players touched it, so he has to re-grip it. Would you guys be okay if that rule was changed to allow that grounding to be a try?
That was never the rule. That was brought in. I don't know when it was brought in, but it was brought in within the last 6 years.
Do you know when it was brought in? It was brought in when a blue and white player did it. That's all I'm going
to say. It wasn't originally a rule.
I think it started from Tony Williams.
You reckon?
Because Tony Williams intentionally knocked the ball on, but then he re-gripped it. Against the Dragons, he literally passed it over the defensive line. I swear they changed the rule off of that day. I was at that game against the Dragons in it would have been like 2016 or something.
Yeah,
but,
sometime.
But basically, I feel like I would be okay if that was changed.
I think that's a rule that should be changed.
Hearing Andrew Johnson and Cameron Smith. Cameron Smith said I would be okay if that was a try.
This is a Melbourne immortal.
I think the rule should be changed so instead, like you have to have a substantial amount of downward pressure on the ball, which is what he had.
Yeah, he actually grounded it properly. I don't know how the fuck he did it.
He's the goat,
but he would be like, if he did reflex tests, that would be insane. Like he'd be like fucking a cat.
Well, again, he's the go for a reason.
Yeah, I think they should change the rule from gripping the ball to a substantial amount of downward force pressure.
Which is what he did. But anyway, unfortunately, it is what it is. Dogs couldn't get the points. But
shout out Melbourne.
But we'll see you guys in 3 weeks.
Yeah, boys, the next game was Manly absolutely fucking destroying the Dolphins. It was actually fucked to watch. That Herbie was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Well,
Losing
in this case,
him
it broke
has
the
fucked
Fins
them.
back.
Yeah,
it's like watching what's it called? Cloudy and chance of meatballs, and it's the dam slowly starting
Yeah.
to break, and that's the final.
Boys, I have this was a coaching decision that lost me super coach. I've had Lehigh Hopewadi in my reserves for fucking God knows how long, and I've played him every week. And every week, the last 8 weeks, this guy has been absolute caca. And after a caca performance last week against the Tigers, I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm not playing this cunt anymore. King Tonga has scored 70, 60, 65. I'm playing King Tonga against the Rabbitohs B team, C team.
Oh, no.
Surely this guy fucking scores me 60, and that's going to be the difference.
Oh, no.
He scores 22, and Lehigh and Isako, who's also on my bench, scores like 20, and Lehigh scores 148, and I lost.
No.
I lost by 50.
Oh, no.
So I'm not happy right now.
Shout out to my brother, Jordan, because when I tried to call you the other day, what wasn't important, my brother wanted to just gloat for the fact that he beat you in Supercoach.
I didn't even care about that. I didn't even know. I completely forgot I was in that league. But I'm talking about my paid league with all my mates in it, and I'm versing my best mate, Shane, and I just want to beat him because he's been rage baiting me about Galvin for so long. And I had Turbo in my team, and I was trying to beat this guy. I used my last trade on Lomax because he had Lomax, and traded Philip Sami in because I thought, that Warriors always concede on their right side, and this guy had a stinker, absolute stinker, and I lost to Shane by 50, 60 points. With I had 230 points on my bench in Lehigh Hopewadi and Jermaine McEwen.
Oh.
I knew as soon as Dylan Lucas got hurt, I'm like, Jermaine McEwen time, he's so good, and he's been scoring well. But
speaking of Supercoach, I traded out Ruben Garrick this week. I used my last trade. I had two choices. Or I had a couple of choices.
Isako?
But no, the main two choices I had were Adam Dewey and Katoni Staggs. And I looked at their matchups. I went Staggs. Got 108.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing.
He's either versus a Cowboys team so you can't defend on their edges, and then into a Melbourne team that's resting.
Yeah, he's been free money, mate.
I
had 100 on him last week to score. The only game I didn't bet on this week was that Broncos game because I forgot. And then I would have probably become a millionaire off of that bet.
Oh, yeah, but gosh.
Yeah, I just felt so bad. Bro, Tommy Turbo, DC on his 350th, and Lehigh Hopewadi and Tolu Kola just took turns literally railing the fuck out of that right side defense for the Dolphins. It was hard to watch. We won't speak about it too much because it was actually just...
it was just 15 tries in this game.
What's even crazy is
if there was ever a game that was going over points, it was that one.
88 points scored in one match. This is, I think, it's not the highest score ever, but it's one of. Obviously, the highest being in 03 when Newcastle and Canberra played. It was like 7. I think it was like 70 to like 38. It was crazy shit.
Yeah. The next game was the Warriors actually beating the Titans at Seabus. Boy, at this point, I had not gotten a tip right.
This was my first tip right.
At this point, I had not gotten a tip right.
Before we get into this game, we'll just say Dolphins literally screwed their... Well,
their for and against looked untouchable, and now their for and against is not even that good.
And now they could have been 8th at the end of that round.
Yeah.
But again...
They just got no team.
The injuries are so... It's caught up... It's finally
I was saying to myself last week, I'm like, man, if they're healthy next year, they can make the 8. But they just don't have depth. They got no depth, bro.
But credit to the players that have done their best to try and...
I know, they're trying their best, man. But they just don't have that youth system there yet. And a lot of their players are broken, man. Like, they're playing broken because I can tell. You just watch them. Like,
they look tired.
Donahue, mate, I love that guy, but he looks like he's playing injured.
They're the best team for the first 12 weeks.
Every time, mate. I told you. Zero doubt in my mind they were going to miss finals.
So
there was zero doubt, mate. I don't care. They beat Melbourne, Penrith, great. Who are they going to beat when they get injured? Yeah, but we fucking had 10 players out when we versed them.
Yeah, no, but you can't say it anymore because if we say that, it's excuses.
I'm not going to give this guy crap because I know he's he's playing no one this week. Boys, the Warriors beat the Titans. I'm not going to speak about it too much because they should beat the Titans.
Took them long enough.
They won at the hot box.
They broke the drought.
And honestly, they won this game through the middle. They came out firing.
I just want to say
it was a good shot from Tino. Stop fucking discrediting him because it happened to your team, Warriors fans. People were saying that's not even a hit. Motherfucker, if
It
that
was
was
gorgeous.
fucking Bunty, I would have jizzed myself and so would you. Alright, give credit where it's due. Warriors fans never ever give credit where it's due because it happens against your team, mate.
They're very passionate about their team.
Fisher Harris went fucking flying.
He
was
got
insane.
belted and then he dropped the ball. And then so people were saying rattled question mark. But the Warriors line, the biggest Warriors line ever is, yeah, but what was the score? They always say that one. I'm like, brother, it was fucking 0-0 when this happened. Just give him some credit, man.
What a kickoff, though. That was the greatest start.
I was
And then
G'd up. I'm like, cuz, it's going to happen again,
And then
mate.
Tino scored not long
And
after.
then he scored.
Should have traded him in.
And then Roger Tuivasa-Sheck scored, and then Roger Tuivasa-Sheck scored, and then Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. No, he only scored 2. But it felt like he was going to score many. A rookie scored. The guy that replaced Bunty scored his first try. Good on him.
Could have been Bunty.
It should have been Bunty.
Bunty scored a try. You'd know, Fred, wouldn't you?
Bunty hasn't scored in a long time, and the last time he scored was against Melbourne.
Yes. I want to see if you know that.
Was it against Melbourne?
Yeah, I checked.
And then he had the Bunty effect try against Melbourne where they needed to hire labourers to stop him from scoring. Then they spread it out wide and scored because everybody was worried about Bunty.
Like, you know what? The greatest thing about this game wasn't even the on-field stuff. It was the presser afterwards.
Yeah, Rocco Berry. Shout out Rocco Berry, by the way. His kick chase is great and he's just a solid player. But yeah,
We
the
gotta
best
talk
stuff
about
about this was Desi's crash out in the presser.
David Fafita
No, you
signed
know
till
what?
20
No.
for
and then
Sorry.
and then like 2 days later, cuz the guy's fucking
Yes,
gone.
bro, I'm sorry. Desi didn't even crash out. Desi was actually it was the journo that
Bro,
crashed
that
out.
journo should never be
Like, that
allowed
was
in.
just-
That
what
is
was that?
absolutely diabolical. This is one of the best coaches to ever play the game, and you're fucking doing this shit, trying to rage bait him. Brother, you're a journo. Hold the mic, ask your question, shut the fuck up, mate. Mate, these fucking journos, they think they're they're top shit, bro. Like, mate, the more
A-list
the more and more, they think they're like fucking the people watch the game for them. Like, they're like referees. No one likes you, mate. Like, just fucking hold the mic, shut up, bro.
But the thing about what this journo did in particular, he's asked the question about Fafita signing or what's going on with
then
Fafita.
asking him again.
And then
And
again.
again.
And then again,
But
I'm like,
then-
brother, what are you fucking 5 years old, brother?
But the part that frustrates me was the fact that as soon as Desi's refusing to comment on that, because Desi makes
You
a good
cop out.
Yeah.
You cop
But
out.
not even that, because Desi
Your mum's a cop out, mate.
We don't discuss
But
transfers on this platform. He then out of nowhere just starts going, "Do you see the crowd out there? It looks like only Warriors fans. That's embarrassing." That's got literally nothing to do with journalism, nothing to do with Fafita being signed for
I
20
wouldn't.
years.
Now listen, I wasn't gonna say it at the time, but when they were walking out, I heard boos to
Bro,
the Titans.
and you know what's funny? You know
I
what's
heard
funny?
boos to the Titans when they walked out.
Shout
That's
out,
the problem.
shout out to Josiah Hine. I think that's his name, the Canadian.
Oh, yeah, I
he
love
went
him.
to the game and he literally recorded a video saying, "All I see is Warriors fans." And like,
Well, they always say there are so many New Zealanders that live in the Gold Coast, and I know the Titans fans are fed up. $45 a ticket, brother. They don't want to watch that shit. They're boycotting the club.
yeah,
But they're boycotting the club.
Like-
And I, no joke, go watch the tape back. When the Titans come out, I heard faint, but boos. And I'm like, dude,
No,
if
I
I'm
heard them. You can hear them.
Every-
like, if I'm hearing boos to the home team coming out, I reckon some Titans fans are booing.
like, and
probably
I
will.
gotta say as well, you know, like, unfortunately, Desi's copped the front of it, but it's not his fault. It's the whole Titans system or it's the admin section of
It's
the
rotten
Titans.
to its core. That whole franchise is rotten to its core. But another thing that frustrated me about the whole Desi thing was the fact that then on YouTube the title was Desi was frustrated. Desi's calm and level-headed just because he had a bit of a weird stuff.
He's lucky.
Look, just because look,
He knows he doesn't want to
Look,
cop a
I
fine.
get it. He had a bit of a weird.
He's signed to 2026. He's signed to
Exactly.
2026.
And you know what's the worst part?
He's frustrated because the fucking journo's a retard, bro.
We don't talk about that on this platform.
What makes it worse is that Desi can't even fight back because if he says anything remotely critical back,
Yeah.
he'll cop a fine. The journo that can say what he wants can literally start attacking Desi and the fan base.
I just wanted to see someone crash out like James Hunt in fucking Rush and just fucking bop the fucking.
I was hoping Tino would have just.
I just hate journos
I
like
wanted
that,
Tino-
brother.
Tino-
Tino's
to
there,
say
like just
something.
sitting like this. I was hoping Tino was just shut the
Dude,
fuck
You know
up.
what the greatest journo of all time was? Fucking Nick K. Roos, mate, and fucking Nick K. Roos for Pickle Media, brother, in the NBA Finals. I got it's not even a fucking journo. It was somehow better and asked a better question than all of these guys that get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to be journos. What they do is he's not that hard. And they just,
Their job is to get a story and to get a scoop. And what he did,
come on, mate.
this
look,
journo,
and
This guy tried
unfortunately,
to rage bait Des into a story, and he should never be let in a press conference room.
but
ever again, brother.
unfortunately, he's probably going to get a pay rise from his
Yeah.
company because he's gotten a clip.
Yeah.
He's
Unbelievable,
done
dude.
his job
But the
as a
worst
journo.
part- But the thing is, Desi didn't react. Desi was actually.
They
doing
should have just done this.
Desi was actually.
And you know what's funny?
Should've just done that,
Desi was literally before, my hands are on the table. People think I'm making signals under the table, like doing that under the table.
Which made no sense to me. Like that was a weird start to the whole.
It was a
press, so
weird
was
start,
the-
and I was like, "This is how you knew this is how you knew the press conference."
He
was-
reminds me of Farmer Fran. But boys,
But
yeah,
Port-
fuck.
Port's
That journo
fine.
that journo really got to my nerves, under my skin, because this guy's already dealing with enough shit, and then he gets sacked.
He gets sacked 2 days later.
He gets sacked 2
At
days
least he
later,
gets
mate.
at least he gets
Enjoy.
to
I just
play
want to
his
say
rest.
one thing, Des. I wanted this last time, but then you went to the Titans, brother. Please, 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 don't retire. Just retire from club football and come coach the Blues. Please, brother.
Lord knows
That would
Please.
actually be good.
Dude,
get rid
he
of
would
fucking
be
old
so
mate.
Lord
good.
knows we need a good coach.
He would be so good for State of Origin. I don't doubt that one bit. Because he doesn't have to worry about salary cap and luring players. He just has to pick players
and then
get
coach
'em up.
them.
And get them up.
You
for
know
the
what?
game.
Because I was gonna say, do you reckon he goes to the Knights
Oh, don't go to
or
the-
Cowboys?
Stay away from. Don't go to the shit clubs.
What if he goes to Manly again?
You know
Seabold's
what?
out too potentially.
Seabold to maybe Seabold to maybe there's a whole transfer of coaches.
Yeah.
Seabold to Newcastle, Adam O'Brien to Cowboys, something like that.
so-
But
Boys,
we'll move on to the next game.
The next game was actually the biggest upset of the round, brother.
Oh, am I crazy to say I saw this coming?
a little bit.
You didn't say it in the podcast.
I wasn't here. Was I?
You were here
You were here.
last week.
No?
Yeah,
Last
you
week
did.
you
I
were
swear I
here
said it.
and you didn't
I'm
mention it.
I'm gonna go check back that clip
There was
because
nothing,
I
mate.
tipped the Eels.
Check the
I
tape.
tipped the Eels.
I thought he tipped the Roosters.
You know,
mate.
while you guys, I want to check this because I
Check the
want.
tape.
Anyway,
We'll talk.
we're not going to talk about these games too much. Despite it being an amazing performance from the Parramatta Eels, I think from the middle, they just outworked the Roosters. And you think they were the team that was fighting for a final spot, not the Roosters.
The
But I
Roosters
think,
they were just-
I think even from the get-go, the speed that they shifted the ball was absolutely amazing. And I think it was really catching the Roosters out. But I think they all went fucking... Their heads went down when Sam Walker went down.
that was the turning point.
And I think that was the big thing because if they were going to eventually get some field position and work their way back into the game, they had to capitalise. And they just couldn't capitalise without Sam Walker in the halves, bro. And
Yeah.
you could tell how clinical he was at the Dogs game because everything he did was like he had the ball on the string against the Dogs and, mate, they just missed him big time. And then other players had to have a bulk of the playmaking role like Connor Watson and James Tedesco who ended up throwing off intercept. And they just lost touch with that game and gave them so many easy tries.
And then, like, to make matters worse for the Roosters, they're probably the last couple of weeks their best attacking combo with Daniel Tupou, Sam Walker. Both of them were out of this game. Junior Tupou had a really poor Roosters debut, which is sad.
Yeah, they really missed senior Tupou.
They really did because that little combo of Sam Walker kicking it and just having a pinpoint target of Tupou, they didn't have that in this game. And instead, Parramatta were dominating them all across the areas of the field. Again, the only tries Roosters could score was literally individual brilliance from Marky Mark.
Yeah.
If Marky Mark didn't have the tricks that guy has in his bag, they would have lost probably, they wouldn't have scored.
He's a freak, bro.
It's insane.
Absolute freak.
I hope he doesn't go back to the uni. He probably will.
Probably will, but he was amazing, man.
He's such a great talent.
He's just fucking, he's just so good at everything, except catching Burton's high bombs, but
Yeah, but mate, not many players.
good at that.
Yeah, exactly.
But honestly, man, shout out to the Eels and Mitch Moses and Jack Williams. Fuck, I love that cunt so
There's
much.
got-
I've always
there's
loved
a
him.
great
They're
So what was the verdict?
So the verdict was, I said Parramatta would, it would be a close game, and I think they're paying overs. That's what I said.
Well, it was a good call, but I just
and
still
you
think-
said this was the upset of the round as well.
Did I?
Yes.
There you go.
So you said if Roosters were going to lose a game, that was going to be the game.
Fuck.
So
Oh,
I
fuck. I didn't even know I said that.
yeah.
There you go.
So,
I
but yeah.
feel like they would have won with Sam.
Well, I was gonna say Parramatta, man, they're cooking up something. I know you guys are Bulldogs fans, and they're like,
No, I
Parramatta,
literally have been saying it from earlier than anyone else.
But
I
Riles,
can see what Jason Riles has been cooking. But it's the guys that are just working hard, and I think they're the next Dogs in the sense that they'll probably have the they'll have the big jump, but they need Mitch Moses to be healthy. I had them in my 8 this year, bro.
They got rid of all those shit players like Sean Lane. He didn't give a shit. Like they got rid of all these players, and they're bringing in some.
Matt Dury's he's been immense for him.
Interesting news. Apparently, for round 27, Souths and Roosters, Cameron Murray might be coming back.
I wouldn't even risk it.
That's what they say. He's pushing hard to play in the last round. He wants to play. All I'm saying is...
you know what?
Daily Telegraph officially said that Victor Radley was the one that's going to be dragged into it. He was the one that was named.
So there you go.
So Daily Telegraph actually
Our
said
sources were right.
Mate, yeah, I've spoken to Lukey about this a lot, and I'm telling you, they're going to get Tino.
Who?
The Eels will get Tino.
Eels
Probably.
will get Tino.
I think it's going to be them or Melbourne, and I just feel like...
I don't think Melbourne.
I think those two are probably the teams that will get him. I don't think the Dragons
Parramatta
will get him.
have
If
so
you
much
ask
money.
me to pick between Parramatta and the Dragons, I'll take less money to go to Parramatta if I was a player.
I agree. And
I just feel like what they're
he's
building...
got the connection with Riles as well.
Yeah, and I just really like what they're doing, mate. And I'm just big fans. I fucking hate Parramatta. You boys know this. My most hated team. But I will
appreciate
call a spade a spade. Like I said, all year, I hate this is the teams I hate the most, Roosters and Parramatta. And I said the whole year Roosters will make the 8. Even when they were down in the dumps, I said they're making the 8. And Parramatta, I will call a spade a spade. If I will tell it like it is. If I feel like they're building something good, I will say it. And I feel like they're doing something really well. I don't think it's going to lead to comps because I feel like the timeline for this team won't align with Moses' timeline, and they need Moses to play well in order to win games. But I think when they do it in 2-3 years, they'll kick it up to again. Moses is going to be like 33, 34 years old, and that's the problem. But yeah.
I think they have one...
On your Parramatta, this was an amazing win. And Riley Smith, what a fucking player.
Bro, he's so good. And I think...
His
kick chase... I say it a million times.
His kick pressure he puts on halfbacks.
Pressure the fucking 6s and 7s. Fuck the rules, bro.
And you know what they got?
And I think we should be able to belt the fuck out of kickers.
And you know what? They got a really good combination going because they play Riley Smith for 60 minutes and then they have 20 minutes where they get TDS on. And he's only going to get better. Like they have probably one of the best dummy halves combinations.
Yeah.
Outside of probably the Dogs with... your two. Obviously, Reid Marnie's leaving, but when Reid Marnie plays and then
Bailey comes
in. Yeah.
Boys, the next game was regular scheduled programming. Brisbane Broncos absolutely destroyed the Knights. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to say the ball's moving very, very fast in the Broncos, in the Broncos' hands. And Reece Walsh, he's like, mate, he is absolutely killing everybody he's versing right now, bro. And that confidence is there. And that was the confidence that wasn't there the earlier part of the season. So it's really good to see Reece playing good football. His try was amazing. Fucking just ran through the whole team. And shout out to him giving Kobe Hetherington a try in his 100th. Everybody ruined my mouth. And then he ended up scoring. So he knew.
Shout out to Tony Staggs. That battle was pretty good.
Did he like a story?
No, he ended up scoring.
Katoni
Staggs, mate, he's one of the best centers in the world, and I've had arguments with my South fans. I put him above like Campbell Graham, and they say no, but I just really think he's just a devastating player, bro. And all he's got to do is give him ball, and he's getting a lot of ball now because he's on barbecue chicken matchups, and he's on 2 more barbecue chicken matchups.
I can't wait. I'm so glad I brought him in for Supercoach because he...
Fucking amazing player.
I might vice captain him against Cowboys.
And Newcastle, fuck man, they're just down tools. Leo Thompson scored, but again, he's not getting the run meters. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from him. But I just feel like the whole Newcastle team is just done.
They're done.
And I low-key think if they don't think they're winning a game for the rest of the year.
They literally got...
So the Titans can get and they're getting belted so badly.
But Titans aren't winning a game either.
If the Titans manage, I think they might win this week because they got the Dolphins.
If
they win this week,
actually Titans actually got a better.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they win this game, the Knights are going to get the spoon, which is you don't want to see that because you just didn't. Like, this is supposed to be a good team.
No, how's Dan Nielsen
going? He's got the Sharks this week that's going to try and fix their for and against so they can make the 4.
Bro, Dan's got to run 34 kilometers again.
That's 34 kilometers. That's 100 and what? 2 kilometers.
Dude, this bloke is
102
not
kilometers
normal,
in 3 weeks.
He's not normal. He's not normal, man. What a fight. And he's doing it in fire uniform, bro. He's a fucking machine.
He's bro. Honestly, if he
I wouldn't want to tackle him in the charity match.
No, if he had
man.
the charity match,
But
he was in the
He
charity
was
match.
big the first year, and now he's
No.
just fucking slimmed down.
get him in open space.
Get him on the wing, bro.
Get him in open space.
He
might
would be
actually outrun
the
everyone.
Xavier Coates, I
I'm
reckon.
sorry, Nilso. And then we got fucking we got a lot of like people on Sportsbet fucking like referencing him and shit, like Joel Kane. Poor Nilso, bro. The last game was the most heartbreaking one of the round, I think.
And unfortunately, the biggest ball job of that round.
And yeah, this was a major bottle job on Jerome's 150th. He scored. Vibes were good at the Tiger Town, mate.
They scored arguably I'll let you take
One of the mate, that try right before halftime was fucking absolutely unbelievable, bro. I was so entertained, and I whoever bought tickets to that game, you got the price of admission of 10 tickets by just being able to witness that try. It was amazing, dude.
You know the try is good when both Channel 9 and Fox League
Just
commentators
jizzing.
are going off their head. The crowd was going insane. That 05 Heritage jersey was beautiful.
Oh, and it's just unbelievable jersey. I'm like, I don't wear other teams' jerseys or nothing, but
That'd be the one. I make an
dude,
exception.
if I would get that jersey just off its head.
And then the fact that, oh my gosh,
After all that, they fucking lost.
I know. You thought surely 26-12 with
No, it was 28,
16, sorry.
16 with
like 10 minutes to go.
15 minutes to
You
go.
thought surely Tigers run away with this.
Yeah.
Luai has just scored his first try as a Tiger at Leichardt.
At his 150th.
At his 150th. Taylor May's doing 05 flick passes.
Yeah.
Bullers firing.
Dude, he's been amazing, Taylor, man. I think with him, like, they're going to be a real good team next year. That's exactly what they were missing.
Even Terrell May was having some good runs. And
Yeah.
the Cowboys looked absolutely shot to bits. They couldn't keep up physically. They were getting outpaced out wide.
Yeah.
Taylor May was giving Paul Valia nightmares.
Yep, and then
Drinkwater
just said, hey, give me the fucking ball. Fuck you, Tigers. Give me the ball.
And then ruin your party.
I got some high-quality H2O in me. Bang, try assist. Bang, try assist. And then fucking he just ripped him.
I just want to say,
started off of a, I think Tiger dropped the ball and did.
yeah,
in-
final.
In 11 minutes, there were 5 tries.
Yeah.
2 of which were the Tigers, and 3 in 5 minutes. Pretty much they scored. They kick off score. It's like you're playing rugby league 26.
Yeah.
Kick off score.
rookie
Kick off
mode.
score. Yeah.
It was so much fun to watch, but it was just so heartbreaking because they were like on top of it. It was like the Broncos in the grand final. They're like on top of the world. You think no way we'll lose it now. Next minute, fucking and then they get destroyed.
But just so heartbreaking because surely Tigers at Leichhardt, potentially they're about to finally win 3 games in a row for the first time since 2018.
Yeah.
You thought surely this is it. This is gonna be the game they break this drought, and then just it's so cruel. The script was written for Tigers to win this matchup, and it's just.
But
I was a Tigers fan on Sunday, bro. It hurt to watch you lose.
I was sitting in my car waiting. My shift was gonna start in like 10 minutes, and I was catching the end of the game or the end of the first half. Sorry.
But
I genuinely almost hit my horn on accident because of how excited I was watching that try. Because it was insane. It was off an intercept. Taylor May flick pass.
Yeah.
The passage of hands was just
But
It
you
was
know
That
what?
was unbelievable, dude.
But
What a fucking. That's one of the best tries I've ever seen in my life.
Team try of the year.
Yeah.
But you know what? Be proud, Tigers fans, because you're not getting the spoon this year.
Yeah, you
Your
turned
team
it around. You
has
improved.
turned around.
You're not in the bottom 4 either. You're not just off the spoon.
Yeah,
You're push. You're actually close.
You
to the
nearly
top.
made the 8, bro.
They're closer to the 8 than the
If
spoon.
I know the refs started you a few games this year, and if you won those, you probably would be in the 8. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, they would be fine for it because they were Dolphins and Manly are fine for it, and
Yeah.
they're 1 game away from that.
But I feel bad for you, man. I feel bad for you.
2 games out of the 8.
But hey, man, bigger things are coming now. I know there's going to be a lot of healthy teams, probably, or healthier teams next year. But I feel like you'll be in the fight for the 8 again, boys. I love yous, man, and the fans deserve it, bro.
They do.
And Jerome, I know Jerome and Terrell and Taylor are fucking busting their ass off to fucking try to get you boys back to the 8 and win a comp, man. So trust in them, bro. They're bringing good things already, and they're gonna keep bringing good things. And you got a lot of good players coming next year, Kai Peace, Paul, and everything like that.
He's an underrated signing. For
He's gonna be really good for you boys, man. I think a big upgrade on Alex Seyfarth. So keep your eyes, man. I think you just got to get that attack sorted. and just another year to build combinations again. And I just think you guys will be a better team next year. Whether you make the 8 next year, I don't know, but you'll be in the mix. You'll be in the mix, bro. Boys,
That's it.
we got tips. Yeah, tips for this week. Boys, it's there's a lot of speculation about the Panthers and there's going to be a lot of players dropped. We've heard as much as 11 players could be dropped this week, which is insane. So I've been on record saying this, like we're gonna lose this game if they played a full strength side. But I don't know what the lineups are, but I just can't pick against the boys if they're versing a B team. I just feel like we need to win this game.
This is must-win territory for us now.
But I feel like it will be 1-12 still.
I disagree. I think if 11 players are rested, the boys, honestly, this is a perfect opportunity to put on a big score and just honestly put the doubters, the journos, the media.
No one's gonna say anything about this game if we put a big score in just because they're not playing anyone.
I also just gets the monkey off our back of just like we've won a game. Just get us some 2 points.
Yeah, just get some. Just
get us in the winning circle.
Yeah, let's just blow them out, boys. Just get some confidence, and then we can rest everybody the week after against the Sharks. That's what I really want to do, because I know we've got some injuries that are nagging, man. And I just think if we can just win this game
and then rest
the week, because I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if we rested players, but I don't think we'll be resting a lot of players this week, because I just say you win this game, and then you get a week's rest into finals.
That's what I was thinking. That's what Serrato should be using as motivation for these boys. Tell them, hey boys, put in 80 minutes of just like solid hard footy. You get a week off, and then you're going into finals. Yeah, that's what should be the motivator for these boys, and I think it should be a bit of a big score.
Yep. So I'm going Dogs 1-12. He's 13+. You're probably Panthers 1-12.
Panthers 1-12. I never go against them, but
it's gonna be tough to say that. I wouldn't be so. And the only team I think that I wouldn't be surprised if we lost to their B team is you guys.
But look, we did. Look, I know it's more players than last time, but we did beat the Warriors, and I think we still have a team that can. We have players that want to prove themselves. Yeah, 100%. And what are they going to do? They're going to try their best against a tough team, because this is what it's going to be. It's going to be a tough game. Might as well give it your all.
We're going to be there. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun.
I haven't watched the game with Flax besides Magic Round, but we haven't versed.
What about Combank?
No, we went.
We did go to Combank. You're right. I'm retarded.
Yeah.
Boys. I'm tired and hungry. Go Media Stadium. Warriors v Parramatta.
Parramatta win this.
I'm going to go Parramatta 1-12. You boys, I'm not going to lie. I didn't really like what I was seeing against the Titans anyway, so I'm going to back
Titans
Parramatta.
Also put a bit of score on them as well.
Yeah, the back end. The game was over. Yeah. I'm going to go Parramatta 1-12.
Parramatta 1-12 here. I think Parramatta showing up for the back end of the season to disrupt whoever they can.
Yep.
And just preparation for next year.
Yep.
I just think that it's in Go Media. I just think that crowd is just going to be, especially after last week, it's going to be G'd up. Head. I just think Warriors 1-12.
Fuck you, no Bunty. Melbourne Storm versus Sydney Roosters. No Sam Walker. I gotta go. Melbourne.
No Harry Grant as well, but
yeah, but like they have Bronson Toomel to take his place.
When's
no, I'll go Melbourne 1-12.
When's Hughes coming back?
We don't know. We don't know if he will be back.
You know what?
And if he does come back, he's going to be compromised.
Storm on the 12.
Say is, it's Craig Bellamy's 600th coaching game this week.
Melbourne
13+.
Yeah, Melbourne 13+.
Yeah, they're going to come out for him.
No, I'm going Melbourne 1-12.
Fair enough.
Marky Mark v Coates is going to be hectic.
That is going to be an area battle.
GIO Stadium, Raiders v Tigers. I'm sorry, I got to go the Raiders here, man.
I think the Tigers have been snuffed out from that last game.
Yeah, they're going to clinch they got no Adam Dwight now. His face is fucked.
Badly.
And then apparently Latu Fainu's got he might be injured as well.
No, it's category 2.
Okay. I thought he broke his jaw. So
that was Dwight. Dwight got several facial structures.
That's poor bloke. That would have fucking hurt, bro.
He can't catch a break, man.
No, it's all right, man. But I gotta go. They're gonna clinch the minor premiership this week.
Raiders 1-12.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders 13+. Manly v St George now.
Manly 13+.
Nah, the Dragons fucking always find a way to upset these cunts. But I'm gonna go Manly 13+.
I'm gonna go Manly here. Manly need to make this. This is a final push for the finals.
It's at Wynn Stadium.
Well,
No, it's not.
Jubilee
It's at Jubilee.
Stadium.
It's at
Isn't
Cogra.
Jubilee Wee? Is
No.
Jubilee?
No, win is Wollongong.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jubilee is
Jubilee's-
Cogra.
Oh, it's at Cogra, mate. They lose 13 plus. I'm sorry. They just it was diabolical last
that was
week.
tools, proper tools down. That was bad.
Manly win this game. I'm telling you, Manly win this game. They go into the 8.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too.
this win will put them in the 8.
Actually, no. Sorry, differential will keep them out.
Cowboys, Broncos.
Broncos 13 plus.
I think Broncos 13 plus.
Because
Tony 100% scoring.
Tony and Walsh are gonna kill these blokes. Even Ben Hunt played so well.
He did play really well.
Fuck.
They're a good team, man. If they get Adam Reynolds back, they can win.
Brisbane win, and this is a mad week of rugby league. What are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Hey,
If,
I said this to you earlier.
yeah,
remember?
if
they win,
if
they
Waz lose and Brisbane win, they go
leave
fourth.
them. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, no more stipulations here.
But then also, if the Cronulla could honestly put 70 on the fucking Knights.
that could happen too.
Yeah, but you can say that, but also Sharks at times don't know how to attack. So
Or they're gonna know how to attack this week. Trust me, because they're gonna be.
Oh no,
chasing
Sharks
points.
differential still.
Knights.
kills.
If they win by 70, then you're talking. And
No,
70
because
is a real possibility.
They
mate.
need to win by 80.
Yeah, but then they got the Dogs next week against no one.
and we're gonna be resting.
If we beat you, then they're not going to play anyone next week. The guy Mitchell Woods I said Mitchell Woods will debut that week, and I won't be able to watch it. First game I'm going to miss in so many years because I'm at a concert.
Hey, Fred, I'll watch on your behalf.
Thank you.
Mitch Woods'
You're
debut.
my eyes to the street, ears to the
Because
streets,
I
eyes.
can't-
But yeah,
I've been watching Mitch Woods so closely.
Yeah.
I cannot
Shark-
wait to see him debut.
Sharks 30 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharks.
30 plus.
Poor
and
Dan. Someone get him. Buy him some new shoes.
Just can we just? They don't. I'm convinced Knights don't like Dan.
Yeah.
And then Dolphins v Gold Coast. I'm gonna go Gold Coast
At the
1
end
to
of the
12.
I'm gonna go Dolphins
If-
because actually,
So I'm going Titans 1 to 12.
I'm gonna go Dolphins 13 plus here because I know the Roosters lose to Melbourne. Dolphins already have a better differential than Roosters. All they need to do is win, and that skiffs.
Yeah.
This
And
is
then-
a massive week of rugby
I know,
league.
but that forward pack.
But then they got Raiders next week.
Yeah, I
But also,
got
Titans also.
The Roosters got rattled.
Desi's gone. All the news about Desi leaving. That's going to rattle these boys.
new coach bounce, mate. New manager bounce. It's
But
a
it's
real
like-
thing.
No,
But-
he leaves at the end of the year.
Exactly.
He's
He's
not-
not,
Yeah, then they'll win. Don't worry, mate. They'll win for Des. No, I think they're gonna win 1 to 12.
I think Dolphins won.
And but
Dolphins-
this game's
yeah.
100% going overs.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I think about 100 points might be scored. So.
Yeah, I'm fucking cooked as boys. Call me. No, never mind.
Call you
it's
Brendan
been-
Smith.
It's been a good episode. I don't know if Sui's gonna be back next week or not.
But we might have a special guest.
But we might have a special guest nonetheless.
And
but
also
it's
feed content creator apparently will be coming.
yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Peace.
Up the dogs.